Don't mind me, guys. I'm just looking for some elevator music to play while we're getting live. Sorry, we had a late start today. I know I told you guys we'll be going live between 12 and 1, but unfortunately, we run a very sophisticated training and recruitment business, and we had a lot of customers who signed up in the last few weeks for one-on-one trainings for their VAs, customized lead generation strategies for their team, custom build-out packages. Like people are really going all in with their businesses, and I'm impressed. And I think probably by second quarter we'll start seeing big results from them clients. So that being said, I want to talk to you and get a little deeper with you guys. This training today is going to be talking about how should you lead your team. How should you lead your team to have an effective real estate wholesaling business. So before we get started, let the team email out everybody. Let them know we're live. Let a few more people get on. Drop your questions in the comments. I'll try my best to answer as many questions as possible. Dallas, Texas in the house. Upper Marlboro, Maryland, PG County, Maryland is in the house. Speaking of everything, just a little off the note record. Tomorrow, we're going to be officially going back to really being aggressive with pre-foreclosures. And I'm debating on where I'm going to start it. So I'm going back to Maryland. I haven't marketed in Maryland about 2 years since COVID. So I'm going back to start marketing in Maryland. I'm definitely going back to double down in Pennsylvania a lot more, and then majority of Florida. So my team will be busy doing marketing. We own another company called Lead Factory, and we actually do a lot of the marketing for our clients. One of our newest clients from the Midwest, he gets between 3 to 6 leads a day with that program, and he just pays us a flat fee. I'm not here to sell it to you. I'm just here to show you. So I'm thinking about just hiring that company that I own to do my marketing for this particular pre-foreclosure campaign, because I feel like this is the most perfect opportunity to start to acquire deals, be creative. And if you want to start building a portfolio or doing things with these deals instead of just wholesaling, this is the most perfect opportunity. So yeah, welcome today. I'm not going to bore you. That's just something I got going on. I'm a little excited about that. I get geeked out when we're doing new things and testing out things and getting these leads coming in and calling these people and helping out. The thing about pre-foreclosure, guys, is you have to really care about people. You have to give a fuck about people and care about their situation and take your time. So you need a good quality title company who's experienced in dealing with problematic title work. And you need a good people around you to help you out with these type of things, such as a short sale negotiator. Like a short sale negotiator, not just in one area. So if you're virtually wholesaling, then you'll need a short sale negotiator that can pretty much do them all around the country for you. So if you know any good short sale negotiators, reach out to me. I got a couple of mine, but I'm pretty sure they backed up. I haven't worked with them in a while, so I know I'm not going to be their priority. But if you know anybody, I can go on my phone and call people. I just love getting referrals from people too. Let me see. What is my outline for today? So, balance your operation. Literally, guys, when you're trying to balance it, people just think that I'm gonna hop into real estate, I'm gonna get on phones, I'm gonna do deals, life is great. But it's a lot to go into this stuff, guys, especially building teams and building teams that can work with each other and like each other. building teams that can work with each other and that can that likes each other is a complicated task within itself. So thank God, God bless me with the talents to be able to read people, understand people, and know how. My biggest strength, right? Because right, I want you to write in the comments, what is your biggest strength that you think you can contribute to your business? My biggest strength is I know how to take raw, untapped talent and turn them into rock star players in my business and other people's business. That's my God's given strength. So um, you know, let's get to it. Yeah, I got her number on my phone. I'm gonna just call her. Like, man, we're cool. So I just called Nicole. So yeah, I'm gonna give her a call. I figured she probably too busy for me, but you know what? Let me give her a call. See what's good. So yeah. So what I'm saying to you guys today is you gotta understand that you're a leader in your business. People are looking at you for the answers. So when you go out and hire employees or bring other team members on your business, they're looking at you for all of the resolutions. Even even if you don't know all of the resolutions, they're still looking for you for the resolution because you put yourself in charge of everybody. So you don't want to make people feel that your attention is divided or you're not giving them your undivided attention. All of my employees, we back up to like 22 employees in my company. Again, we was at like 16. We just hired a few people in the last few weeks. But all of my employees still gets my attention in some capacity, right? Even if like there's some employees I don't speak to for weeks or months at a time because there are other people that they report to on a daily basis, and it's inappropriate for me to intervene into that. I understand that because I'm a natural, loving, giving person. So I actually hurt my operation when I come in between that type of stuff. So you guys got to understand what your strengths are. So what I do is I stay away from a lot of stuff because I'm a type of person. Yeah, we do this. Don't worry about it. I'm always trying to please people, right? So I learned to stay away from, a lot of the situations and relationships in my company because I can affect it and I can affect the flow of how things work. But, they see me from a weekly call perspective. They see me, giving orders, and then my orders are passed through some of my leaders. So once you get to that point in your company where you have people that can handle the day-to-day and you don't really have to be involved, imagine if we can build you out a team, right? And this is stuff we're currently working with a lot of our clients. Some of them even watching. They'll tell you. We'll build you on a team. We'll put them through training, and then we'll mold and find a leader for you, like a lead manager or office manager, and that person will handle the day-to-day of your lead generation team, right? So now they'll be responsible for pulling a list, listening to calls, doing all that. But that's not an overnight thing. That takes a while. But imagine if you're not in the day-to-day, your lead generation, but you still have that input into it, where you're meeting with them weekly and you're going over there. And then you put yourself in the day-to-day of the acquisitions, but then you turn around and you start to mold somebody that has the strength to be able to manage the day-to-day acquisitions, and you just meet with them on a weekly basis, and then you give them some calls and you probably focus on other things in your business. So that's essentially what it's about. It's about being able to understand where your business is currently at and where would you like to take it and who and what you need to add to your team in order to get it to that point. What's up, Raquel? She said, being a fast learner is my biggest strength. Yeah, I mean, if you're a fast learner, then you can pick up on things. You can come into a business and not be familiar with something, take a weekend and learn the information, and then go apply it. The thing about information is information only works if you apply it. I know a lot of people that's very smart that read tons of books about everything, and they haven't accomplished much in their life. And it's not because they're stupid, it's because they're holding information and not applying it and using it in real life. So, the quicker you go out here and you listen, like when I hear something or find out something, learn something, I'm going to implement it, whether I feel or not, because I can always go back and make the adjustments, right? I can always go back and fix things and critique things in ways that, I can learn from my mistakes. Right, so that's the biggest thing is implementing the information that you're learning as quickly as possible. Don't be an information junkie. My strengths has been a great analyzer and problem solver. Yes, I think if you have critical thinking, good critical thinking skills, you're going to get far in life, right? if you're able to analyze and and strategize things and just really think about things through, you're always going to find a way to make money. People are going to pay you. People are going to, you can literally make as much money as your heart desires if you had them skills. But if you don't have them skills, try to work towards it. You know what I mean? Teaching others, that's another big skill in me. That's why I love teaching. It's not because I'm a know-it-all. It's a passion of mine to teach and show others what I learned from experience and what I know. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that being said, man, that's a lot of good feedback, guys. I'm really proud of you, man. It's good stuff. Double down on that stuff. But that should always there should be a system in place. So when you need to connect your lead generation efforts to your acquisition team, there shouldn't be just disconnected the lead generation team over here and acquisition team over here. There should be a bridge that connects them, and that bridge may be a weekly meeting between the lead generation team and acquisition team to discuss the leads that was generated and the leads that was called from an acquisition standpoint, right? They should have some type of communications to work hand in hand together. Look exactly like let's look at your business as the United States military, right? The military is divided up into, I think, 3 or 4 branches. I don't know. I forgot. Air, sea, water, land, something like that. You got the Marines, the Army, and the Navy. So even though these are separate branches in the government, right, they still work together and communicate, right? The Navy still works with the Army, and the Army still works with the Navy and vice versa. So what I'm saying to you is that you don't want to separate your department or your teams to the point that there's a disconnect in your business. What is the overall goal in your business? The overall goal is to take a raw lead and turn it into a signed contract and ultimately a wire in your bank account. How do you get to that point? You have to have the structure in your business. So your lead generation has to, we get people calls all the time. I want to do my lead generation. Okay, pay me money. I'll help you. You can tell when a person's bullshit and when a person's not bullshit. As soon as you talk about money, the energy changes. But I'm going to still continue to talk about money because that's what it's about. So that's one of the things that you got to understand is that you have to invest in your lead generation. You have to invest in your marketing because it's literally the blood and the oxygen to your business. Without that, you have no business. Seriously, you're just out here hustling. So you got to ask yourself, do I just want to be out here hustling from deal to deal, or do I want to have a structuredized business that I can project and see the future and know exactly what you can see in 3 to 6 months from now? How many deals that you can do? How many offers that it's going to take to get to the deals? All of that good stuff. So leading a team is a lot of work. You're going to be putting out fires, dealing with all these different people's emotions. So you got to be able to understand people and be able to compromise on sometimes your beliefs. So we cover a lot of this in my Art of Delegation ebook. If you're interested in that ebook, guys, you can get it for $20. We usually sell it for $99. You can get it for $20. We gave it away if you joined my training a few weeks ago, but we're not giving it away today. We don't want to water our ebook down. But if you want to understand how to delegate and how to build a team, now this is even outside of real estate. Maybe you have another business. Maybe you're like, damn, why are all my employees quitting in my other business? Why are my employees showing a terrible attitude? Why I always get the short end of the stick when it comes to hiring people? Because there's a process to this. There's a structure to this. So that being said, you want to make sure that your departments are meeting on a weekly basis and everybody is in constant communication and everybody goals are kind of aligned, right? So acquisition managers versus leads generation VAs, right? You want to look at how many leads generated, how many offers made, how many contracts made. So the team may point the finger and say, well, the leads I'm getting are trash. How many people heard that? Well, the VAs are not sending me good leads. Then what is a good lead? If a person is motivated, they want to sell or want to receive an offer, theoretically, that's a good lead. It's your job to figure out psychologically what, why, and how they want to get this offer. And if there's any room to do business, how you're going to attack that. See, most people, and we was on a call with one of our clients, our VIP clients, who paid us a ton of money to train all his employees all over again. They went through some training, and honestly, that training is outdated. And I'm not saying that because we teaching and stuff, but we get in the trenches with our sleeves rolled up, and we know what works. And the best thing that works with people is normal communication, that they feel like is a normal conversation. And what I explained to him, we went through the script and we talked to him, and he's the lead acquisition guy. And I said, listen, your script is completely wrong. You're doing everything all on one call. Would you ever go out and take somebody on a first date and then ask for sex? So why would you do that on this phone call? Why would you give them an offer? Why would you talk straight business? You haven't even given me nothing to talk about. You haven't built no rapport with me. You don't know me. You're not trying to know me. You're not trying to see how I'm feeling inside or none of that stuff. So the dangerous thing about business and sales is it takes a while to learn this stuff, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that I got to get people that like and trust me. So literally, I said everything you learn from that training, you starting with a clean slate. Well, where's your script? We don't have a script. We teach framework. We teach you how to understand what the objective is and how to get to point A to point B. Because people can hear and feel when you're bending over, looking down at the paper, trying to say something. People can understand and know when you're being scripted. And because when they ask you a question outside that script, you look like a deer in the headlights and you're stuck like, yo, I don't know what to say because I don't want to get the script wrong. And that's what a lot of people felt at, that once you understand that it's not about the script, it's how you serve and help people and get them from point A to point B in your process, you don't come off sounding scripted. Yeah, knowing the difference between a lead and a prospect is key. So let's break that down. The lead generation job is to send you qualified prospects. You as the acquisition manager then tag that person as a lead once you talk to them and there isn't really much to agree upon at that time. Now that's a lead and you just continue to follow up with them until you get them to the point to commit to an offer or contract. And I think that's what a lot of people get mistaken in this business, that they think that as soon as a VA send them a lead, they're ready to go. It's your job as the acquisition manager to really create that rapport, build that trust, listen to them, and strategize with them to figure out how can they get to the next point of your process, which is signing the contract ultimately, right? And once they commit to signing a contract, then you have a lot of other moving parts in your business to even make that contract able to get paid from it. There's a lot can go wrong between a signed contract up until the closing day. So I think that's one of the things a lot of people are not teaching enough. And we'll get into that probably next week or we got a whole year to work with you guys. So there's a lot we're going to be accomplishing within a year. By the time I finish with you, everybody should have the capabilities to be able to close a deal. Everybody should have the capabilities to be able to do multiple deals a week. Everybody should have the capabilities and the willpower to build a solid team or hire us to build them a solid team because they have the resources and the understanding of what it takes to do this. So that being said, continue guys to drop your questions while I finish up this. And we talk about a lot of stuff. And most importantly, allow your team to meet with each other and provide a little feedback. So you can call this you can create little days and things where you can call this mix and match days where different people from the team, instead of going to their traditional department meeting, they'll come in, cross, and sit down at the dispositions meeting. They'll come in and sit down at the lead generation meeting. Because if everyone in your business understood how the business works from A to Z, they'll be that bad and much of an employee to you, right? Imagine if I worked at McDonald's and the only thing I knew was drive-thru, but I didn't understand the intricacies of the kitchen layout and functionalities. So when a person make an order, I can then say, hey, that person don't want mac sauce and anything, and they don't want salt. Clean the grill and just put a fresh unsalty patty on there and put it on there. But if I'm just working a cash register, I'm just ringing shit up and don't acknowledge or tell them that this person wants this type of sandwich and they get it, what's going to happen? They want to get out their car, come in the door, throw their food on the table, and say, what the fuck is this? And now you create a problem. So what we teach and show you guys is how to avoid these problems by showing you the structure and the layouts of how everything works in your business. See, everybody's just looking at it because you're just watching YouTube thing. Okay, I pull a list, I call a seller, I give them an offer, I get a contract. But there are hundreds of steps in between that no one's teaching and showing you guys, because it's just too time consuming. It's just too much advanced stuff. Or maybe they don't even know themselves. So that's the important thing, to making sure you understand how to lead your team. And the biggest thing that you can do to lead your team is making sure they have the resources they can to adequately do their job, the trainers, right? If you are not meeting, if you can't afford to train your team, 2 to 3 hours a week yourself, then you need to be finding a company or agency or consulting company that does this stuff for you, and you can subcontract this stuff out to train your team. Now, we have VA Mastery Premium, $97 a month until the 31st, and it goes to $197. That if you sign up for it, we would, and that's per VA. We'll train your VA. They come with us Mondays and Wednesdays, and we'll work with them and continue to train them along with other VAs. And literally within probably 3 months time frame, with working with that VA with this training and already training they have, there'll be a premium, tier 1 VA, because they had the understanding. So we got to detox these old scripts out of people, and then we got to put what's working and what's effective in them. And teaching them frameworks it's a hard challenge, because you years and years of saying, hey, are you interested in selling, and all this shit is not the way to do it anymore. And that's why your hang up rate is high, your closing ratio is low, and your conversion of leads are through the roof. The money you're spending to keep your operation open is through the roof, because you don't have the essentials and to understand and know exactly how to get a person from point A to point Z sufficiently. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys today about, how to lead your team to making sure everything is done sufficiently. Let me answer some questions for you guys. What are the first 3 positions I should look to hire? VA acquisition. First 2 things I would look to hire is my lead generation team. I will hire 2 VAs and then a lead manager, all part-time. And then I will focus on acquisitions myself. I will get that down pat. I will be on the phones with customers that are interested and motivated to sell. And I will work on my framework and continue to work on my offer until the point that I'm good enough that when I hire a VA, I can teach them like the back of my hand. That's what I would do. The more leads coming in, the better chance you have to close. Obviously, the more contracts you're going to contract, the better chance you have a wire in your account. So that's the 3 positions I would hire. I wouldn't just hire an acquisition manager just yet. You can, if you're already a closer. If you're closing consistent deals already, 2 to 6 deals a month, and you know how to work with people and show people your process, and you can translate that, because it's one thing to do it yourself, but if you can't translate that and teach people the exact process, then they're going to struggle. So you still end up getting back on the phone and actually being a closer, because you need the revenue to continue to keep the doors open. So yeah, so I will invest in my lead generation team first. Hope that answers your question. Any other questions? How y'all doing today? It's Thursday. It's almost the end of the week. Any success stories? It don't even have to be you did a deal or a contract. It could just be a small win. Any success stories? We count small wins because success compounding is good results. You're going to get good results over a period of time. But like I said, if you're not trying to grow your business to the point that you can lead for the forefront and the structure, you're gonna run into a lot of roadblocks, especially if you're trying to do everything on your own. You can't do everything on your own and sustain it and scale it. It's impossible. Any questions? Any questions? Well, listen, let me make my announcements and then I can move back into Q&A. We're having an event February 10th and 11th. It's pay what you want. The link is in the show notes. I don't care if you pay $20, $10, $50, it doesn't matter. The link is in the show notes. Pay what you want. If you want to book a call with me and you ready to pull the trigger, listen, when you book a call with us, that means you at a point where you understand what you need and want, and you're ready to pull the trigger at whatever we offer you. Obviously, we're going to help you make sense of it, and it's going to not put you in a bind or a terrible situation. But it's not a call where you just get on and just thinking you're about to get mentored for free. It's a business. It's a business call where we're trying to figure out what solution that we provide can help you. If you want to get this whole get your questions answered type of thing, then come on this live. This is what we create this live for. This is what we do this every day for, to help you and answer as many questions as possible. Like I said, everybody, if you don't have a VA, you should be. We about to drop a video. Matter of fact, it's my graphic guy. Let me tell you what the name of the video is going to be. It should be dropping Monday or Tuesday on my YouTube. 3 solid ways to flip your tax returns. So taxes are here. Most of you guys probably gonna get some type of bread back. Take that money, invest in your business. Don't go out and buy a couch. Don't go to Miami. Don't get no butt job. Don't spend the money on unnecessary things. Invest in yourself and your business. What I mean by that, if you've been needing a VA, go hire a VA. If you've been meaning to, pull more leads and pay for more lists, go do that. But do something that you know for a fact that it's going to keep paying you and rewarding you. That's all I'm telling you. Any other questions? If you just joined in, make sure you drop where you're watching from. If you want to book a call with me, click the link in the show notes and book a call with me and my team. Me or someone from my team will give you a call to figure out how could we help you get to the next level. That's very important. If you at where you at this, from this time last year, then it's a change. It's time to change, right? You can't keep doing the same thing expecting different results. So you got to make sure that you're investing in yourself and you're learning new different tips and strategies. Hell, I just bought some new trainer earlier, and then my team y'all didn't. We already got this trainer. So what? Me committing to spending money going to create more urgency that I need to get this shit done because I've been sitting on it for 4 months. But boss, it's the same exact trainer. I don't care. Go take it again. Watch it with me. Let's go. We got shit we got to do. So if you don't have that attitude that you're not willing to invest in yourself and your team, you're just going to be stagnant and you're not going to get to where you want to be. Yeah, so I'm going to give a call to her. Like I said, the next 12 months, the floodgates will open up with these pre-foreclosures and things. And short sales, here's 2 things that I only usually tell to my high ticket clients. Well, I'm going to tell to you guys because I know 80% of you are not going to apply the information and you're not listening and paying attention. But I'm still going to put it out there for the people who's smart to take the information and run with it. Focus on no equity deals that has little to no equity and low income. Figure out a way to stack that list. And what you're going to do is you're going to call them. They're going to be so fucking motivated to sell. You're going to explain to them that has your financial situation changed since the time you bought this mortgage, since the time you got this mortgage to now? And if it has, then they qualify to be considered for a short sale. Now, when you tell people something like that, you don't just automatically say, you qualify for me for a short sale or the bank I take less money. You say stuff like, hey, you may be qualified to be considered for a short sale. The way to make this word ethical is considered, because that means that you're not guaranteeing them right now that they're automatically qualified based on what they told you on the phone. That means that it's being considered. And then once they fill out the information with the short sale negotiator and they go through everything, then that's when that process starts, right? Why would you do that? Because it's a ton of money. Because there's no other way that the seller can get out the house because they're underwater. But then sometimes, even if the house is underwater, if you can Airbnb and cash flow, maybe you take on that burden for a few months and see if it makes sense to keep it like that. Maybe you chop up the rooms and rent it out by the room. If it's close by college, university or something, you can do something like that. If it's close to a place that they do BBLs and surgeries, then maybe you make it like a recovery clinic. So real estate is so wide and deep that you can do this so many different ways that I get mad when people just say, just do it my way or just do it this way, because that's not fair to you to not even explore the other options that you can, take down deals and do deals with. So that's why I would never say, yeah, virtually wholesale is the only way to go. No, no, no. I have a very big mindset, and I will never put someone in a position where they just listen to what my mindset is telling them to do. So yeah, so that's the tip. If you're not paying attention, you're not going to make money. And like I said, majority of you guys are not going to do it anyway. So the point I'm making to you, no equity, little to no equity leads will change your life if you know what you're doing. Now, the secret to the little to no equity leads, you gotta know what you're talking about. You gotta know how to position this shit to them. You gotta know how to make them feel like doing business with you is the best and the only option. That's gonna take a little time. But once you get over that hump and you conquer it, you literally have an ocean full of sardines and tuna. And there's nobody around. It's like no other ship, no other vessel, hell, not even no other predators. It's just you out there. For all the sardines and tuna that you want. That's how I look at it. So ask yourself, is there something that you want to do? And I like to go out, especially on properties that was done between 2010 and 13. If they was flipped in the last 10 years, all of the major components, the bones, are still good. You might gotta just upgrade a few small things and then do cosmetic work. Doing the best deals when you're trying to just keep for yourself or rent out or do Airbnb or something like that. What else I want to talk about before we wrap it up? I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. I think today, once again, and correct me if I'm wrong, was an amazing episode. If you learned something from this, comment in the chat that you learned something. And what did you learn, if you don't mind? Because like I said, I like to keep our lives short and sweet so that I won't be so long-winded and you can go out here and apply this information like that. Like, information only works when you apply it. It's just a fucking information if you don't apply it. But like I said, if you want to book a call with us and talk about how we can get you to the next level, obviously you better be prepared to make some type of financial commitment. Now, if you're not in a situation where you can't make no financial commitment, no one's mad at you. You just got to figure out. How could you get in a situation that you can take your business to the next level. Sometimes you got to suffer and work from the bottom and call your way to the top. And there's nothing wrong with that. So Uber Eats, DoorDash, Instacart, working virtually, fucking waiting tables, working for tips. Do what you got to do. If you really believe in this and you believe that that literally your business is going to take you to places, then you got to sacrifice. Because the law of success is basically saying until you respect and understand the struggle and understand the pain of struggling, you will never be rewarded success because you wouldn't appreciate it. That's the law of struggle. That's what I believe in. I created that. And write this down. Until you understand and accept what struggle is and sacrifice and go through some things, you will never be blessed with success because you won't appreciate it. Why would God bless you? Whether I don't care who you're bound to. It's all universally the same concept. Whoever created the religions, they all had the same concept. They just wanted their style and their way. Why would God reward you with something that you don't understand and appreciate when He can reward it to someone else besides you around you that will gladly understand and appreciate it? That's just the way life works. Why is it that when you go through the biggest struggles of your life, and everybody who told the biggest success stories, from athletes to music artists to businessmen to normal people walking down the street to church folks, why when they come through that struggle and at the tail of that struggle and whatever they've been through, they're straight up upside. There's prosperity on the other end of that struggle. because the universe wouldn't allow this person to experience and gain so much success without having to go through struggles so they can appreciate it. It's the same thing as my concept that I believe in as evil and good. Why does the Bible put so much value into evilness and talk about it so much? Because they know for a fact that you wouldn't appreciate good if you didn't have nothing to compare it to. So what I'm saying to you guys is just focus on yourself, focus on your business, understand that it's okay to struggle, understand that you might have to work a job or two to get your business going off the ground, but understand that it will be worth it because once God and whoever you represent and get on your knees and pray to realize that you respect and understand it, things will start happening for you. Now, it might not all happen all at one time. It may be small little wins and to build up and to compound to the point that you're like, wow, 2-3 years ago, I was not in this situation. I'm in a totally better situation. Once you respect that and understand that, you're going to the next level. I'm gonna keep it right here for today, man. I appreciate you and I love all you guys. Like I said, don't be afraid to book a call with us. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Don't be afraid to hire people. Don't be afraid to hire virtual assistants. All you're doing is hurting yourself when you're not leading from the forefront. If you're trying to do everything on your own and you can't look at your business from a bird's eye view, you're just hurting yourself. You're literally in quicksand and don't even know it. You're in quicksand. That being said, going to take me a lunch break. I got to get back to work. Pulling these different markets. So when I send it over to that my lead team, you hopefully start sending me leads by tomorrow. Exactly. Attract what you focus on. Exactly. Yeah. Appreciate the short sir nugget. Hopefully with that one nugget, you probably making multiple six figures just from that. But you got to take the information and use it. That's all I can tell you. All right, guys. I see you tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. And then Monday, we start a whole fresh week. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you later. Enjoy your day. Make sure you do something constructive and positive today. Don't just let another day go past without working on your business. That's all I'm going to tell you.